Oh, just last night, Cindy and I were out doing our groceries, and because she had taken a lot of leftovers, that is, parts of meals that we didn't finish, and she froze them, she didn't leave a lot of room in the freezer for us to get other things, um, like meat and ice cream and a bunch of stuff. So instead of spending like $400 on groceries, which I had anticipated, we only spent about 230. So that means we had some money left over. So Cindy went to the liquor store to pick up some coolers or some fruit punch thing mixed with vodka. It comes in cans. Don't drink that stuff. But I was able with the bit of money I had left over to check out the Scotch aisle, and they didn't have that much of a selection, but they had a few things that I was interested in getting into. Um, I have here a bottle of the Dalmore. It's a 12-year-old Highland single malt, aged in American oak ex-bourbon casks and in sherry butts. There it is, the Dalmore with the big stag on it. And incidentally, the last time I had any Dalmore, and it was the first and only time I had some Dalmore, was at the Whiskey Festival last January. And Richard Patterson himself, the master distiller of this stuff, was going around with a bottle of 18-year-old Dalmore and pouring it to people who would pass by. So there's Richard Patterson, with his colorful shirt and his tie and his blazer, and the man is bigger than life itself. He's larger than life. He has a presence, and here he is going around with this 18-year-old Dalmore and pouring it into glasses similar like this one. Actually, this is a Whiskey Festival glass. If you can see that, the Whiskey Festival on there. And that's from the Strath. Anyway, yeah, this is a Whiskey Festival glass, one that you could only get at the Whiskey Festival. So, not only is it a Glencairn, but it's a special Glencairn. And I managed to get two of them just because somebody put a dirty one in front of me when I was waiting for my ride home, and I had the other one in my pocket, so I got two of them. I feel kind of privileged because of that. But enough of this babbling. Let's try the Dalmore 12. Did I mention that I have Richard Patterson's business card? He's the guy who distills this stuff, chooses which casks to use. Okay, there's the triangular thing to pull open. Come on. Oh, you're going to be difficult, aren't you? Go. I think I got you. All right. Be careful application of a fingernail. Gives you one of these. And take this little bit off here. There's a little stag on the cork too. And, oh, that was a weak pop. Try that again. Very weak pop. This is a loose fitting cork. Okay, well, let's pour us a dram here. Okay. That is a decent sized little dram. It's just enough to actually get the feel for this stuff. Loose cork. All right, this goes back into the whiskey home bar. So now, you can tell that there was some sherry involved in the casks because it's kind of, I wouldn't say red, but more, yeah, reddish. And it, oh yeah, I can smell sherry in there. Some sherry, but there's something else. There's You can smell the bourbon cask influence also. This is going to be a little bit fruity, I think, for drinking in summer. Yeah, definite sherry in the nose and a few other things. Bananas. I do smell something like bananas. Definitely sherry, bananas. There's a little note of wine. Well, that would be the sherry. A little note of rotting vegetation. Not a bad rotting vegetation, just a little soupçon, a little, tiny little. Well, it being a Highland single malt, I can expect it to be quite gentle. Let's give it a try now. Gentle, very gentle. Ooh. And it's got a big fruity arrival with a lot of fruit. And now I'm tasting more of the malt. I'm tasting a little bit of saltiness, and it's getting to the back of my mouth. It has a very long finish. Very nice. Well, Richard Patterson did a good job here. Try again. Yeah. See, this is the kind of sherry I like. It's balanced with these sour notes and the caramel, vanilla notes that you get from the bourbon cask. Yes, it does have that vanilla, but it's not up front. It's in the background. In the front, what you get is surprisingly a strong it's surprisingly strong tasting for something with only 40% alcohol by volume. Big flavor. Big, balanced sherry and bourbon cask. Yeah, I could get used to this. Yeah, it's probably one of the strongest tasting 40% single malts I know. And I imagine older versions would be smoother because you do taste some youth in this. And there it is in the sour note from the bourbon cask. Yeah, I don't think I'd have any trouble getting to know this one. I like it.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.